This is going great. Real good time. Loving it. Loving it. What is good, ladies and gentlemen, and all folks in between? It is Wednesday here in the shop, and so we're gonna talk about that in a second. Don't know what to do. Got some comments from you guys. Appreciate them. We're going to regroup. Anyhow, on the old Ford, Mr. Buford T. I yesterday mounted up. You cannot see jack squat, can you? Let's try some light. Ooh, it's a little better. All right. So that's the fuse box out of an 06. I think I talked about that. Made some, so it's using the factory mounts, but I kind of modified them a little bit and mounted them up on the firewall. Clears the clutch assembly. It's about the only place that can go reasonably. It can go up under the dash, kind of. But there is not a lot of stuff that can go on there. So, maybe I'll leave the light on. This works pretty good. Need one of those fancy TikTok ring lights. So I think my goal for today is I want to get these seats out. Front seat, back seat. I guess the door opens. I'll look through the window. Back seat. I'm going to yank those out. And I have a pair of pretty nice cloth fronts. I can turn off the light now. And rear jump seat from a Super Duty extended cab. So I want to see, I'll start with the rear seat, I guess. I want to see how that seat goes in here and if it's feasible to use that jump seat back here versus using a full-size seat. I have a set of leather seats, but I don't really want to use them. I'd rather sell them and make a little money. So I'm going to do that today, tackle that little project, because here's what we're waiting on here. Also, the turbo elbow for the Cummins is going to be here today, so I can start mocking up Ooh, look, that's artsy. It's art, man. I start mocking up the intercooler lines. I can't get over how amazing that is. That's a t-shirt or something, I don't know. Man, start mocking up the intercooler lines on that thing. So I rolled the cart behind the horse and got it out of the way and rolled this here tire into place and kind of started to set ride height a little bit on the bus. And so here's the biggest issue, I guess. I can cut this stuff. That's no big deal. We can tub out a little bit into the passenger compartment, and I can live with that. This is where we're getting into some wonky stuff. So you can see with any kind of compression at all, like I don't mind cutting this stuff off, but I don't really want to rebuild the door if I can help it. I mean, I will if I have to, but that's just a lot more work. I can lift the bus a little more too, but I measured. I should grab the measuring tape real quick, although it's going to be hard to do while I'm videotaping, but you know, nothing's too good for you guys, so I'll go ahead. So we're at like 60 inches basically on this thing, and that's taking into account that we gained 8 inches, well, 4.5 inches of height from just tires. So we're at 60 on that bad boy. Roll over here to the double cab, which is a little higher than stock, so I'm rocking 27, so it's probably sitting an inch over stock. And I'm at, you know, basically almost 48. So 12 inches taller, which isn't really that bad. 8 inches of lift, and damn, it looks cool. I mean, that's tall. That's a tall bus. So I might have to do it just because I'm vain and I want to look cool. There's still a 33 coming that I'm going to mock up, and that'll be here tomorrow. I want to set it up and see how I feel about it, but I mean, it looks cool. There's no getting around it. I had a comment from Jefferson to go with some Hummer beadlocks and 37s, which I don't know if I can stomach having bigger tires on my bus than I do on my monster truck over there. Not even monster truck, 37s. 37s are the new 31s, right? So anyhow, talk about that. But back to what I was supposed to talk about. I'm gonna rip the back seat out of that thing and see what it looks like and see how those jump seats look back there and make a decision on what we're gonna do. So I'll get started on that. Alright, so I got all the stuff cleaned out of the back seat. Looks like there was maybe a little party going on here, maybe some birds living back here, I don't know. I don't know what went on this truck the last, like 45 years. But definitely something happened here. But now the question is, what exactly holds this seat in? This isn't one of those how to do channels. You know what I'm saying? This is what am I do channel? It looks like we got a bolt there. Probably something on the back there. Oh yeah, that's nice. Some mouse droppings. Oh yeah, got a bolt back there. Alright, well, I want to see if I can't wrestle this out of there then. Bammo! Back seat on the ground. Probably have all kinds of weird diseases now from all the mouse turds and whatnot living back here, but this baby is solid. Got a little bit of perforation right at the bottom. But man, this truck is so solid. This is why I bought this particular cab, because aside from the surface rust and the whatnot and the one spot up front there, it is very clean. So let's see if that jump seat goes, or folding seat. I guess it's not a jump seat, whatever. Extended cab seat, how it sits in here and lives. So, one more seatbelt buckle to go. Pretty sure that we're vaping mouse turds over here now, so that's great. Hitting the elf, what's that called? The elf bar, the vape pen. I'm old, I don't know what they're called, but vaping mouse turds, kids. You could say things are going well, I guess. Managed to break every T50 that I have trying to extract. Got the torch out, got the penetrating oil, try to loosen it up, shocking it with the bar and hammer, but that dude is not moving. So I guess we're going to get out our old friend, the angle grinder, and attack it from underneath, which is just, it's going to be a great time. So as you can see, I outfitted myself in my sweet flamed welding jacket, try to keep sparks from going down my neck, and it's gonna suck. All right, successful test fit. So on the back, which you can't see, kind of, the back mounts fit just right on the shelf. The center mount up here has no issue, and I just need to fabricate a couple little boxes to fill in this little wheel well, or this little step well, for those to sit there, but otherwise it's pretty dang good. And now it has a bunch of leg room, which is what I was after. The seat's kind of narrow, but the kids are going to sit in it. They can deal with it. They're kids. They'll be fine. Better than the jump seat I rode in a 78 extended cab or super cab forever. Those things were tiny and they sucked. So, but leg room was paramount, and that's what I was after here. So time to yank out that front seat and see what it looks like underneath. Yeah, that front seat, it came out a whole lot easier. Popped right out like it was nobody's business. Seatbelts came out, so blank canvas in here to set in some front seats. And here we go. Alright, so here's what we're working with here. The Super Duty seats. So this is an issue with this. And also, being that these are power seats, they're thick. They're real thick. This one is powered all the way up from when I pulled it out. But even at that, I need to measure this height here. But I think that's going to be way too tall with as high as this floor is. The Super Duty floor sits down a lot lower. Like, it's flat, straight back. It does not have this big hump right here. So, and I really don't care to have power seats because it's something else to break. I mean, once my seat's set, it's going to stay set. I'm the only person driving it. So I'm thinking about just taking these bases off and either robbing the base off of the bench seat, or just try to find some universal tracks that I can bolt on here and make work. So I don't know, but I don't think this is going to work. I mean, I can modify and weld this stuff in, but I think I'm just cutting up a bunch of stuff I don't need to. And also, I think that these bases are worth some dough to sell on eBay, so probably could recoup some investment and get some more truck money out of selling those. So, seat base is off. These are nice and flat with easy mounting surfaces. And these are nice and flat. So I could either find another set of these tracks, which I don't know how easy that'll be, and I still would have to fabricate some sort of setup in here for that to work. Or I take these off, I make a frame for them to sit on or to bolt to that mimics these. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but basically take those tracks, bolt them back in, fabricate a frame, bolt these seats to the frame, done, easy peasy. So that seems like the best way to go about doing this with the least amount of work and still be functional, and the seats will just slide together. I did want to use the center seat, the jump seat, but the back is built in, so I think we're just going to skip that. Also, I don't know how well the shifter will clear that, and if I have I'm never going to be able to have a passenger in the middle, right, because that's going to be in the way. So I'll be better suited just to build a center console anyhow, I think. Maybe throw a fridge in there or something cool like that. So yeah, so I'll just do that. All right, so I found this piece of angle iron laying out in the lean-to, and it turned out it was exactly 120 inches or whatever. 120 inches, no, whatever, it's what it was. It was exactly 120 inches, and this seat was like 59, so cut in half for like almost the exact width of this seat. And measuring, I've got like 17 inches wide there, and we come check out this guy, and we measure from where it mounts, and we have 15 inches. So based off of that, I think all of this will work. The biggest concern is going to be, one, the seat needs to sit up higher to clear the adjustment mechanism. So these are going to have to be spaced up just a touch, which isn't the end of the world because of the way this sits. I can't flip it over because it won't clear the floor. It just barely will now, maybe, I think, I hope. So I'm either going to need to put a bushing here and flip this over that way and then bolt the seats through it, which seems like the wisest way to do it. And I don't know, see how that goes. I think the first thing I'm going to do is just set the seats up on this with them flush on the tracks and see how they feel, you know, leaning back wise with the bases. If they're leaning back too far, then I can adjust these up and down, or maybe even come up with some sort of adjuster to go in here. I don't know, kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, but that's what happens when you do stuff the cheap way. Well, this appears to be the move. Sat up in there. Shifter's perfect for me. Steering's perfect. Pedals are perfect. Everything fits me quite well. And that's all I really care about. Nobody else gonna drive this thing. And back seat clearance is about the same, so I think I'm pretty much where the other seat would have sat anyhow. So I think what I'll do is go ahead and fix these brackets onto, or fix these runners onto the brackets, and then drill them for the seat base. In the back, it's just going to sit like so. I don't want to cut this angle because it's going to weaken it up. I do need to space it up just a touch because it rubs on the floor right here. I just need to pick that up by, you know, a 1/4 inch, and I'll have plenty of room then. So I'll get all that fabricated and show the finished project. Well, this is fun. So Ford, in their infinite wisdom, put in 2 sets of holes for the mounting, which I just realized when I went to mount the seat up, and the holes that are pre-tapped are not in line. However, there are untapped bosses that are in line, so I need to tap this front boss. Actually, no, I need to tap this rear boss So the trusty Harbor Freight M8 by 1.25 tap. And we're gonna throw some threads in there. And voila, we have one seat installed. So now I just need to wash, rinse, repeat on the other side. And we got a passenger seat in place now too. So everything landed pretty good. Just need to do some trimming. I need to weld a couple tabs on to this rail coming forward to bolt the seat back to, because it's just floating right now. But just a couple little tabs welded on right here real quick, and those mounts are done. So literally 2 pieces of angle iron. I am going to probably tie these together just to stiffen them up so the seat slides back and forth better, but worked out pretty dang good for only spending about an hour and a half on them. So pretty impressed by it. You guys do the same thing, don't tell me you wouldn't. So thanks y'all for watching, appreciate it. Should have another video tomorrow, I hope. If not, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. If not Friday, something will be dropping. And just continuing on, I appreciate y'all watching. Got a lot of new people on the channel, and I appreciate all of y'all. So I will catch you next time, and just keep doing what you're doing. We'll see you.